Okay, thank you. Welcome to Developing Lightning Apps with Flexipages and Components. We are part of one of the teams that builds the App Builder team. We're the Layout Metadata team. My name is Michael Gonzalez, and I'm the product manager for the Layout Metadata and the App Builder team.
Hello everyone, this is Sachin. I'm an engineer with Hyderabad team, and I work for Layout Metadata. I am here all the way from India to share with you how awesome Lightning platform is and how easily you can build apps with it. So wait.
Yes, he's going on no sleep, yes. Round of applause for him.
So my name is Zenel. I've been with Salesforce for the past 2.5-3 years. I work on the backend side, and I'm excited to be here. I want to give a shout out. We are all ready for this demo.
Great. Okay, so if you might have been in a presentation earlier today, you're going to see this slide a lot, the forward-looking statement slide. We are going to talk a little bit about the roadmap for this product area, so please make any and all purchase decisions based on what's generally available, and none of the forward-looking items that we're going to mention in the roadmap slide. So the agenda today, so we're going to give an overview. I'm going to go through just what apps, pages, Flexipages, Lightning Pages are actually the same thing. Just Flexipages is how we expose Lightning Pages in code. And then we'll talk about components and how all those come together to build an app. We're going to build out a demo using mostly declarative tools. We might have a little bit of code in there for the developers out there that I know are code hungry. So we're going to build something end-to-end using our app builder and our app manager tools. I'm pretty happy to be able to share this with you and show you how it's done end-to-end. And then we'll talk about packaging and how these apps get deployed, roadmap, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. And if you don't get a chance to ask your question, we'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards. Feel free to come up and chat with us. So Lightning apps are something that we actually released at Dreamforce last year. And the Lightning apps that can be accessed to the app launcher, you can see in this example, I've got a lot of apps there. In that app launcher, you'll see Lightning apps. You'll even see classic apps and even the managed apps. But this is where end users go through and they access them. And a key component of the Lightning apps are actually the Lightning pages that make up the app. So everything you see below the navigation here, that's the Lightning page. And you can think about the app as a collection of pages that come together to build that experience for end users. Within each one of these Lightning pages, you can have a template, and the template defines the UX experience of the architecture for the page. In my example here, I've got a header, a subheader, a body, and a sidebar. So it's just a header, subheader, and a couple of regions, which is a pretty standard web layout. And so that's something that's actually a part of the page itself. So you have app, now you've got page, and you've got template. And within the template, go Lightning components. Now the Lightning components are really what end users interact with in order to fulfill their daily business processes. These components that can do anything from visualizing data to kicking off flows. They can even present a chatter feed or even news sources, like I have the news component here from external sites. So Lightning components can be built from a variety of use cases. We build components here at Salesforce that we make available for standard apps. They're also available for custom Lightning apps as well. And then you as developers, you can go and build your own custom apps as well, and custom components as well. And you can even have, and admins can actually even install those components directly from the App Exchange. And so there are three types of pages that come together to help build out an app experience. So the first one are record pages, and these are pages that are that surface the record detail of a particular object or a standard object or a custom object. So imagine, take for example the account page. Someone goes in as an end user, they click on account. That account detail page is the record page it shows up from. The home pages, which is the initial landing page that every user sees when they launch Lightning Experience. So that's also a Flexipage type. And then app pages, which is a way to be able to add components and extend your app's navigation menu. And down below I have what are the interfaces for each one of these. So you add these interfaces to your custom components in order to make them appear for these specific page types. And the place where these pages and the components come together along with a template is in the Lightning App Builder. So the App Builder is a tool, it's used by admins to go through and customize Lightning Experience, but developers can use this tool too to go ahead and build out what their page experience should look like for their apps. And so it's an easy way to get a quick sort of prototype and a visualization of what this looks like, so you don't have any sort of guesswork, so you don't have to imagine what it looks like and what you're producing in code. You get a good look and good preview of it here in the App Builder, and you can actually use it to build out the page end to end. So you can do things, you can customize it all with points and clicks. So it's a no-code tool. It's more about the visual design of it, of a page. Build your own record, home, and app pages, which were the page types that I mentioned before. And for admins who are the end users of the app builder, they can actually add app exchange components to it as well.
Thank you, Michael. So there are two kinds of apps, standard apps and custom apps. Standard apps are the ones that you see by default in a Salesforce org. Sales, service, marketing, leads, these are all the things that you have seen before. Custom apps are the ones that you create from scratch. You can also get it installed as part of a managed package. So what does an app contain? At a high level, it has standard entities and custom entities. So you can have that for both a standard app and a custom app. And then you create, for your custom app, you can have it in any configuration that you want or any order that you want. Going further, so this is where things get a little bit more interesting. You have assignments. What that means is that when a user comes into a custom app, and he has you can configure it such that you can say, for this entity account, for this custom app, I want to show this experience or this record home. And you can also do the same thing for standard app. So you have an ability to customize the page at the app level, and then there are other levels of customization that you will see when we do the demo. And then if you have pages that are not entity-specific, for example, you want to show charts, you want to show some reports, dashboards, you can use app pages. And then you can have that assignment as well per app, per custom app and standard app. All right, so going to the demo. So imagine our use case here, that we are a developer, we have been tasked with creating a service app. It needs to have console-like navigation. I want to be able to see multiple records. And we'll be using all our tools, all the tools that have declarative builder tools. To create this app, we'll customize it with Lightning Pages. We'll drag and drop custom components. We'll show you how to package the whole thing, and then allow our customers to use the whole thing. All right. For that, let's get into Salesforce. All right, so this is this primary page. This is the sales app, and you can see the home page. Let's get into the setup. So here, if you click on this, you're going to get to the setup page, and this is your setup view. So here, let me go ahead and search for App Manager. Right? Click that. So this is a page where you see a list of all the apps in your org. You can see Classic, which is the old style app. Some of you might be familiar with it. You can see the Lightning apps that you have created. You can see the standard apps. Let me go ahead and create a new custom app. All right. Let's name Photon Service app. Let's say Photon Service app, because it's lightning fast. You can select your branding. You can give your dev name. Let's go ahead and click next. Let's select console navigation for now, and you'll understand a little bit more when you actually after we have created this app. All right, utility bar items. Let me go ahead and add some action items here. Let me add history. Let me add notes. These are components, and what utility bar means is it's a region on the bottom of your app. It doesn't change. It will show clickable actions. So these are the actions that you configure. I'm saying, I want to see notes and history in the utility bar of my app. All right, let me go ahead and click next. Okay, this is the main page where we add the entities for this app. I'm going to add accounts. Cases, because that's the primary use case. I want to see the list of cases for my agents. I'm going to add dashboard, say, and I'm going to add, let's say, a custom object. Let me see, vehicles. Cool. We go ahead and click next. All right, these are navigation rules. Remember, I selected console app in the previous page, and that's why it's showing me these navigation rules. It lets you customize how you want to see your entity in this app. For now, accounts is a main tab. Cases, I'm going to say, should be shown as a subtab of account. So when I click on a case in an account, it's going to show as a subtab. And you'll see this in the demo. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Next, I'm going to select some profiles. For those of you who are familiar with configuring layouts, they should be familiar. We are assigning this app to a couple of profiles. I'm going to select sysadmin and standard user. All right, I'm going to save and finish. Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and search for that. Hold on. All right, let's search for Photon. All right, Photon Service App. That's the app that I just created. If you want to edit it, you can go ahead and edit or delete it. So the app is created in setup. Let's go back to our main page, runtime, and search for that app in the app launcher. Hold on. Oops. It's there, Photon Service App. Let me go ahead and click on it. All right, so that's your app in a couple of clicks. You can see, let's go to it a little bit. So you see the app here. You see the entity launcher. So this shows you the list of entities that are configured for this app. So you see accounts, cases, dashboards, vehicles. Let's go ahead and click on an account. You see that the page is loaded in a main tab. So any account that I click, it's going to come here. Now let's go ahead and click on cases. That comes as a sub-tab. Right? So for this account, I can see multiple cases for that account as subtabs of this account. So let me go ahead and show you this case page right now. All right. So this is a standard experience in Salesforce. You can see case details, some little bit of compact layout on the left. You can see the main details on the center panel. You can see service ticket on the right. But our customer wants more. They want to build a completely custom version of this page, and then they also want to add custom components for this page. So for that, let me bring Sachin in.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Zenil and Michael, to give us a primer on basic building blocks of creating a Lightning app. It was really impressive how you were able to create an app with just few clicks, right from scratch, and a fully functional app. It gives you what you want. You can track your entities, your cases right there, but everyone loves a bit of personalization, customization now and then. And let's now have a look at the power of customization of App Builder Framework. What we are going to see in next leg of demo is we are going to demonstrate two new cool features that we have introduced recently. One is called custom templates, which gives power to our customers to define their own layouts the way they want to. And we are going to show the capabilities of controlling visibility of specific components on Lightning pages. So let's start with that. And like everything that we want to create in a setup, we are going to go to setup page. And because we want to create a new page, this time our magic tool is going to be Lightning App Builder. We go ahead and select that. When we go to Lightning App Builder, the screen shows you all the customized pages that our org already has, and we want to get a new page here. These are the types of new Lightning pages that you can create, and Michael has already touched base on some of them and the utility of them. Because we want to create a new case page, what we are going to go ahead here is select record page. Go ahead, select that. Let's call it Photon Service Case. And because we are going to modify the layout of case object, that's the default choice that we have here. Cool. So we have selected the entity that we want to modify. We have labeled it. Let's move next. So here's on the left-hand side, you can see the list of templates that we have. We have standard templates. These are the templates that Salesforce ships out of the box. But if you want something more, we have given you the power to create new custom templates where you can control the layout. Let's select that for now. And you can see in preview, it has two headers, collapsible headers, and the standard 3 layout at the bottom section. So let's select that. We move on. And this brings us to our cool App Builder. This is our tool that we use for customizing Lightning pages. On the left-hand side is a list of components that you can use to build your pages. Again, like everything else in Salesforce, our components also are categorized into standard and custom. Standard components are what Salesforce ships out of the box, and custom components are what customers can create themselves that suits their needs. Central section is composed of regions. Regions are nothing but collection of components. So you can group components in these regions. And on the right-hand side is the property editor where you can configure specific components as per your requirements. So let's quickly build out our new case record page. We'll select highlights panel. Let's select some of the custom components to put in here. And yep, we want some case history. So let's select that. It's going to list all the case history whatever has happened with the case. Let's add few related record details. We want to know about this case and related contact. So this is good. Let's add another one here. Lookup field is going to be contact name, update contact. Cool. In the center, let's add record detail. Because what we want is have a look at all the details of the specific case and add one more component just to close the curtains on it. Great. So we pulled in some of the custom components and standard components to create this new layout of the page. You can notice the layout. We have two collapsible headers. This will be, we can actually see this in action when we really go ahead and publish this page. And now to explain the dynamic capabilities of Lightning Page Framework that we have introduced recently, let's go ahead and drag and drop this component. So to demonstrate the use case, assume the admin had the requirement that whenever service agent is working on a specific case, he should be able to see whether the particular contact for which the case is being worked on is a VIP customer or not. And depending on that, service agent can prioritize and personalize the service provided to VIP customer. Before this feature, you will have to create two versions of pages and control profiles and whatnot, or probably add some backend code using Visualforce. What we have done here is we have given you click and control capabilities right here. So we select this specific component, VIP component. On the right-hand side in property editor, you can see that you can go ahead and select filter. And what we are going to do here is we are going to create a new filter on this that will control visibility of this component. And the rule simply reads VIP customer equals true. That means the contact for whom this case is, if that's a VIP customer, show this component, otherwise hide this component. Can't get simpler than that. We go ahead and we have configured the rule. The best part is, and that will be explained by Zanil in next leg of the demo, all of this gets packaged with your app in one single package. So the rules that you create, the customizations that you create, everything gets packaged as a single package. So our users don't have to deal with separate dependencies and installing them separately. Cool, so we have created this new layout. We go ahead, save, we go to the activate. In activation also, we give you granular level control to what level you want to control the experience that your customers get. By default, you can select it as org default, which means every single user of your org is going to see this new layout of the page. You can go ahead and select it as app default, which means only the users of this app are going to see the new layout. You can go further down in granularity. You can actually select the permutation and combinations of this app, this profile, and this record type, only in this situation, so this show this page, otherwise hide, show other default pages. So for the demo purpose, we are going to set it as app default. And yeah, so this is our app. We are going to set it as default for Photon Service app. And it just shows you a summary of, this is a page that is going to be the new look and feel for anybody who uses this app. Go ahead and save that. And just like that, we have published our page. Let's now go ahead and see this in action. Before I actually demonstrate you how the new page looks like, I just would like to take you back to our original layout when we created this app. So this was our standard layout using standard template and standard components with no VIP custom component here. And you can notice the layout. And now the magic is going to happen. You have already seen the trick. So we are going to just refresh it. Am I the only one who is seeing the difference, or all of you can notice that as well? Cool. So we can see we have the collapsible headers here, right? We have highlights panel. There's the progress bar that we added. We have case history, and we are not seeing the VIP customer component here because this particular contact that we are working with is not a VIP customer. Now let's see how does it look for a VIP customer. So okay. We don't have, so just 1 second. Let me go to Sean Forbes. So Sean Forbes is our VIP customer. Good luck for him. We select the case. Oops. And
we'll edit it.
Wow.
Let's just edit the record.
Sorry?
You can edit.
Oh, it's not set to VIP. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, is there any other account that we have in?
No, that's it. Set it there.
Okay, I can just.
Leave it and refresh.
Okay, unfortunately, this customer didn't get the VIP privileges till now. So let me extend the benefits to him right now. We do that, and let me give it a shot again. So we just refresh that once more. Third time should be a charm. So and we go to case, and woohoo!
There it is.
So we have the component here finally, thankfully. So and any service agent that's working on this case can now clearly see that this is a VIP customer, so make sure you give them privileged and personalized services. And that, so that was a very quick demo of how you can quickly create customizations with just click and, with few clicks. You really don't need to be a developer to write code to create personalized and customized apps.
Package.
So, yeah, and if you just want to have a very quick look at how these Lightning, so we talked about this VIP component, which was a custom component. Let me just very quickly take you through how these components are created. So all of the custom components are built over Aura, which means they have the standard language that is used to create them. You have your attributes, and you can have the controller, which basically controls all the events that are thrown out of the component. There's, you can control its style, its look and feel. There will be dedicated sessions which you can go through to understand basics of each one of them. One thing that I really wanted to highlight was you saw that we were showing this component in the list of components that can be used on a record page, and that is driven by the interfaces that a particular component implements. For example, you can see that this component is implementing available for record home. And that is why this was in the list of components that can be used on the record page. So with that, I would like to hand it over to Zanil to talk about packaging and how we can quickly and easily package all of it in a single package and make it usable by all our customers. Thank you.
All right. So thanks, Sachin. So Sachin was able to build this whole app with a couple of clicks, and he was able to add all of this stuff. Now, how long will it take for us to package this thing? So let's go back to our setup and see if we can package this app. All right. So for that, I go to Package Manager, click on New, see, put on Package, New, save. All right. So here is where I can add components to this package. So let me go ahead and add. And all I need to do is add the app itself. I don't have to add the page, custom components, anything. I just come here and search for the app. Foreign service app. Let me click add to package. And it just spidered in all the dependencies for this app onto this package. So if you see, you can see the Lightning page there. You can see the custom components, all the custom components that are required for this app, and then the VIP custom component here, the fields, and then you can just say upload. At this point, you can add your version name, version number, click on upload, and you'll get an installation URL. You can give that to your customers, and then, we have an org here where we have already installed it. So let me show you the install packages. We have already installed that package here. If you click on that, you can see all the components of that package. Right? If you click on View Components, you can see all the components of that package. And now, if you go to Lightning App Builder, you can see the Lightning page that was created as part of that package. You can now clone this, right? And then you can customize this and activate that for that app. So if you can remember back to the demo that we had, you have multiple levels of customization that's available to you. So even if someone has installed a package in your org, you will be able to customize that, add more components or remove components, and then use that as your primary page. So the installed copy will be separate. So when you do an upgrade of that package, that's going to be separate, independent from this page that you have created. But you'll be able to clone this and make whatever changes that you want there. All right. With that, I hand it over to Michael.
Perfect. Great. So yeah, hopefully that was a good picture on how you can use declarative tools in order to build your apps. So even as a developer, these tools are readily available to you and should absolutely use them where they can help. As far as the features in the roadmap that we think you should try out, so first off, the features. So you can go in today, you can define a custom record page. You can even go into Trailhead and try this out today if you go into the Lightning App Builder module. So if you haven't enabled Lightning yet or you haven't done too much development, you can get hands-on with this in Trailhead. You can go through, you can define a totally custom page and build it out with the App Builder. You can also, as a developer, build out the custom template. So we showed you that custom template that had the collapsible header and subheader. It had the 3 regions down below. So that's something you can build as of the Winter 18 release. So we've got some developer documentation out there. You can take a look at it and start creating your own custom template today. And then lastly, another Winter 18 feature is adding dynamic rules to components. So as they mentioned, as they went through and they built out this app, they were able to add dynamic rules to a custom component. Those rules, along with the components in the Flexipages, they all get packaged together and they get deployed with the app as well. So you can go ahead and build that logic into your pages and your components today. The things that are coming next. So the first big feature that we're working on for the upcoming year is we want to build mobile record pages. So for those of you that have the Salesforce mobile app out there, or you have customers or users that use it and they want a custom version of a record page. So that's something that we want to work on delivering for the upcoming year. And we will, the path to being able to customize that will be with the Lightning App Builder tool. So we want to make it as easy as possible for admins and developers to go and build these things out declaratively. Additionally, we showed the dynamic page functionality. So the way that it works in Winter 18 is it works for record pages, and you can build rules based off the data from the records. But as soon as we showed that, you guys gave us great feedback and said, well, we want other use cases. What about being able to create a rule based on the user that's viewing the page? Maybe it's maybe creating a rule based off of the profile of a user or based off the region of where the user's at. So that's something that's coming up in the Spring 18 release. We're actually actively working on it right now. And it's something that we hope to deliver pretty soon and get your hands on it. So being able to build rules based off of that user context, being able to also build them for that app page use case to show components, whether they're on desktop or on mobile, so be able to show and hide based on that, something that's also coming. And then lastly, being able to support expressions in the property editor. So it's a little bit more of an advanced use case, but we know there are good use cases out there for developers and for admins to be able to use expressions within the properties to be able to take advantage of dynamic capabilities. So with that, we'll stick around for any questions that we can ask. Oh, maybe you can go up to the microphone and line up if you have questions. Yeah.
Just 2 quick questions. The picture with the VIP.
Yes.
Is that just a static image that just filtered on the
That was a custom component, so you can configure it, and so developer basically defines what image to load, what resources to load. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it was just a static picture, but you can build that so that's
Correct.
dynamic as well.
Because it's logic behind component, so developer can always write component based on the record context, show this image or that image, so that's controllable, yeah.
And then the only other thing is, how does that custom app look on a mobile device right now? Like what you just built?
Okay. So his question is, how does that custom app that we built look like on a mobile device? So it's not supported yet on the mobile device. So that custom record page functionality is something that's on the roadmap. Yes, for mobile, yep. Mm-hmm.
Quick question. The app packages,
Yes.
are those accessible through the metadata API as using it with GitHub or?
Yeah. So his question here is if the app packages are available via the metadata API, and you guys
Yes.
feel free to.
So all of these things use the metadata API. It's built on top of the API. So you'll be able to access that using the metadata API. You can retrieve the app. You can install it. All of these things are supported.
Just like any other?
Just like any other component. Yes.
Yep. Great. Question there in the microphone.
So while creating a custom lighting page, you added filters specifically to hide components, correct?
Yep.
So those filters can be any data point on a custom object or specific ones, or how do you set that up?
Any custom field that is accessible via API.
Okay.
Standard and custom field.
Yeah, any standard and custom field.
Okay. A follow-up question on that.
Yeah.
So when you hide, let's say I have a page with 3 components in Lightning App Builder, and let's say I hide one of them. Will the other components resize dynamically and fill the rest of the real estate of the page, or how does that work?
It will.
So all the regions on the page are essentially just a vertical stack of components.
Right.
Yep.
So if you apply the role on the first component and it doesn't render, the other two will just fill up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't have any white space.
Got it. So if there are 3 components, I hide one. You say that the other 2 components will elongate and fill the page.
They won't elongate. They'll just it'll act as though that component that got hidden by the rule didn't exist.
It's not
Right.
there.
It won't take up, so then they'll fill in the space. They'll
Okay.
flow
Thanks.
upwards.
And then for the field types, there are supported field types that's documented. Integer, string, lookup fields are not supported yet.
On the filter, you mean?
For the filter, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
So we've got it documented. Yep. Question there.
The custom component piece, how complicated can you make that? Was you did the VIP thing, but that's very quite basic. How complicated can that go?
So because it's backed by a literally programming language like Aura, so you can go as complex as you want, right? You can write any kind of logic that you want to. We have just defined the standard format. It should adhere to basically like you should have a controller that controls events, and then you can have all your complex logic in helper, but that's the maximum thing that we are laying out there. Till you are implementing right interfaces and adhering to standard design guidelines using right CSS, tokens, SLDS design principles and things like that, you can go as complex as you want to.
Great. Another question here.
How can I change the layout of the existing Lightning record page once I've created it?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can't change the layout of a page that you've already created. You would have to go into that new page wizard and create a new page and choose a different layout for it. So today you can't do that, but something that we're kicking around for the roadmap. Yep. Another question?
So once you've created that app, would you essentially be able to package that up and then publish it on the App Exchange? Is that the whole idea?
Yep, that's the idea.
Yep. The exact same feature for any other package. Same thing.
Okay, if there aren't any other questions, we'll stick around. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.